So good morning and welcome to our English class. So the rules, how to behave in an online lesson. And I think that an online lesson is also quite the same as an online meeting. So there are 5 rules that are good to follow. So the first is to switch on your camera if you have the camera. And why is it good? Because it makes the speaker feel more confident than seeing who is attending the meeting. If you don't have the camera or the camera is not working, so then it isn't much that we can do at the moment. Don't worry about it. Rule number 2 is to switch off and on your microphone. So you have to switch it on before you are starting to speak, and you have to switch it off and then you are not speaking. So it helps you to avoid all the side noises. If your microphone is not working, in that case, you can use also the lesson chat window. And this is the next thing that I would like to speak about. So pay attention also to the message window. So, why you have to do it, because sometimes I'm going to send you some links of the materials that you need for the lesson or the instructions of the tasks. And also keep in mind, please, that this conversation there is not private. It means that everyone can see it who are attending in an online meeting or in an online lesson. Rule number 4. So let's be ready at the right time and maybe also a bit before. So this rule is for the ones who are chairing the meeting or also for the ones who are attending a meeting or a lesson. So you have to be sure that you have the internet connection, that your microphone and camera are working, and that you have all the necessary things that you need for the lesson or for the meeting, and that the link of the lesson or meeting is working. And the last one is also very important. So if you are doing something, please concentrate on that certain thing. Some days ago, I was walking on the street and I saw a poster that said that if you're driving, then drive. Don't do anything else at the same time, because if you're chatting in your mobile phone at the same time while you should have been driving, then it means that the car is driving without a driver. And in the lesson, I guess, if you are here for studying purpose, then please concentrate on the studying process. So it's the same like driving. Today's topic is inventions and discoveries here in Estonia and all around the world. And in the end of the lesson, you will know much more about it. So your first task is on the Padlet wall, and I'm going to share with you this Padlet wall link into the lesson chat. So the link is in the chat. Please go and click on it, find your name, and Google the information and write the answer under your column. You can add your answer by clicking on the plus sign under your column. And I'll give you now about 5 minutes to do it. I can see that the first answers are coming, are appearing in on our Padlet wall. So the last minute is running, and soon we can have a discussion about the information that you found from the internet about the things, when these things were invented or discovered or created, and also about famous people who we might know very well. But at the same time, I think that we don't know what kind of science they were studying at university. We probably know more who they are today, and it can be very surprising. I can see already many right answers. Okay, so let's start. Maria, when was the telephone invented?
The telephone was invented in 1876.
Yes, you're right. Do you know also who invented it?
Just a minute. Alexander Graham Bell.
Yeah, Alexander Graham Bell. Yes, you're right. Anne, when was penicillin discovered?
Penicillin was discovered in 1928. I think it's more likely to say discovered because it existed.
Do you know what it is? It's a medicine, yes, that helps to cure diseases also in our days. It's the precursor of antibiotics, in my opinion. When was laptop created, the first laptop?
So the first laptop was made in 1981.
Yes, you're right.
But
Good.
they had the idea even 10 years before, but they were like planning it 10 years.
Wow, quite a long time. So, Külli, what about Facebook? When was it created?
Facebook was founded in 2004 in Cambridge.
Do you know also who made it?
Yes, founders was Mark Zuckerberg, Eduardo Saverin, Andrew McCallum, Dustin Moskovich, and Chris Hughes.
Founders were, yeah, because you were mentioning a lot of them. And mainly we know only this Mark. Anneli, tell us about Angela Merkel. What kind of science did he study at university?
She studied physics 1973 to 1978.
So, quite surprising. Marge, tell us about Brian May.
Brian May studied astrophysics and he graduated 2007. He became PhD in astrophysics in London.
Anne, tell us about Rowan Atkinson.
Rowan Atkinson studied electrical engineering.
Yes, you're right. Elisa, you had the same question, but a different person. So what kind of science did Lisa Kudrow study at university?
Lisa Kudrow, she has Bachelor of Arts degree in biology.
Yes, you're right. So, and now the last questions were about the same persons, but now I wanted to know how we know them today. So also that you have a little bit problems with speaking today, so I can read it also myself. Ene Erikma studied the science of physics and astronomy at university. And Kelly, tell us who she is today?
She's an Estonian politician, a scientist, and a member of the Riigikogu.
So our government member as well, yeah. I think that right now maybe she's also retired, but I think that if you are a politician, in that case, you are a politician also after the retirement. And I know that she's a really nice and active lady and very smart also. So you see, she was studying at university physics and astronomy, and in real life, she became a politician and also a member of our government, and she is also a bit of scientist. Vivian, you had to search information about Rowan Atkinson. Who is he today? How do we know him?
I don't really know what he does like today or like this time, but I know that he is an English actor, comedian, and writer. And his best known roles are Mr. Bean, Blackadder, and John English.
Quite interesting is to see that at university he was studying electrical engineering, for example, and right now he's an actor and all that is said. So a big difference in my opinion. And I know also that he has been working in the radio. Quite amazing change. Elizabeth, tell us about Brian May.
Brian May is an English musician, singer, songwriter, record producer, and astrophysicist. He's the lead guitarist of the rock band Queen.
Can you name any songs from the Queen? Do you know any?
Bohemian Rhapsody.
I think that this is one of the most famous. Thank you. You did well. So for the next task, you need a pen and a paper. And we are going to watch a video where one young man is speaking about his list of top 10 inventions that have changed the world much, in his opinion. Your task while watching it is to write down the list of inventions in the same order that he is speaking about them. I would like to know later the name of the item and also the year then it was discovered, invented, or created, in the same order that he is mentioning them. I'm putting you also the link of the video into the chat, so you can watch it from your own computer if you like. But I'm also going to share my screen to you, so we can watch it all together from my computer as well. And let's make an agreement that we are back in the lesson after 15 minutes. And now I'm giving the time and also the link of the video for you. So if you started the task together with me, then you're ready. If you're still doing, please finish the task and then you're ready. Please show me your list. For example, my list is here on that piece of paper. Maybe you can't see it quite well, what is written on it, but it doesn't matter right now. Good, I can see your lists. Thank you. Yes, Anne and Janne. I just want to see that you are ready, and then we can discuss it, and we will all get to know about the things. How well did you understand what the man was speaking? It's the discussion time then. Elizabeth, tell us what is the first thing in your list? Maybe she's still listening. Külli, can you tell us what is the first thing in the list, please?
Yes, it was fire.
You know also the time then it was discovered.
Yes, discovered 1.8 million years ago.
Yes, you're right. So can you guess also how it was discovered? What do you think? What might happen so that the fire was discovered? Any ideas?
Fire happened.
A fire happened.
A fire happened, yes.
I think that more likely the lightning hit the tree than it was a thunderstorm. Yeah.
Yeah, maybe.
So, and that's how it was discovered. Thank you. Elisa, tell us about an item number 2.
It was the wheels, and it was, I'm not sure it was right, but 3,500 years before Christ.
Yes, you're right. The man was also speaking about some kind of problem that was about this invention. So there was a problem with the wheel itself, but there was some kind of problem.
There was a problem with the wheel and axle, combining them to make the wheels turn together or to make them work.
Yes, you're right. The problem with the wheel and axle combination. So, Anna, now it's your time, and tell us about item number 3.
Okay, its third thing was navigational device or compass, and it was discovered. Not discovered. It was invented in 11th century in China.
Why there was a need after a compass? Can you guess?
To navigate and see, mostly to go to different places. Because sailors often got lost on the sea and died of different reasons there. Because they were going round and round or hit the rocks or didn't get where they were supposed to go. So
yes, they didn't find the way back home anymore. Yeah, they were dying because of hunger and without any pure water for drinking anymore and so on. Yeah, you're right. So here is the next thing, please.
The next thing is printing press, and it was invented in 15th century in Europe.
Do you remember who invented the printing press or where it was invented exactly?
I think it was Gutenberg. I'm not sure, but maybe Germany.
Yes, you're right. So also at the same time or even a bit before happened also something that is connected with printing. So the man was speaking about what, Iris, can you tell us?
The spreading of knowledge and Reformation.
The man was speaking about books, yeah. And they were at first place write it by hand, yeah. And it took a lot of time. But after inventing the printing press, so the spreading of knowledge started to be much easier, and also the knowledge spread it much quicker and so on.
Internal
Combustion engine. It's a difficult word.
1859. Etienne Lenoir invented it in Belgium. It's powering world's machinery and transportation system.
Do you know how the boats and trains were working before? What kind of engine they were using? Anna wanted to say something, maybe. No?
Yeah, maybe I may say. I think they were using steam engines before. Was it?
Yes, you're right. So this internal combustion engine, so in Estonian it is sisepõlemismootor. It's quite difficult word to write and pronounce, maybe if you don't know it before. We never know what the future might bring us. So Vivian, take the next thing, please.
It's the telephone, and Alexander Bell invented it in 1876.
You are absolutely right. So this was also one thing that you have to Google before the video watching task. Item number 7.
Yes, it's electric light bulb, and it's invented on 1879. And this video was that it wasn't very sure. The numbers there below, there was wrong. There was like 9 items only. This electric light bulb was between telephone and penicillin, without number.
Yes, you are right, actually. So what at the first place, it was very easy to follow this video because it had the numbers in the corner, but in the middle or somewhere, yeah, the numeration went wrong. Okay, you're right. So it is electric light bulb. Yeah, it was invented in 1879. But what could made possible this invention? What do you think?
There was more light in rooms, and it gave opportunity. It gave opportunity to work more hours.
Okay, so I meant that you're going to tell us now about electricity. Yeah. So electricity, like fire, in my opinion, was also more like discovery, and I think that they discovered it quite the same way like the fire was discovered. Yeah.
By accident.
Yeah, and the man in the video also said that it was like discovered in 2750 before Christ. Oh, thank you, Kelly. Now you can tell us about penicillium.
It was founded by Alexander Fleming in 1928.
Anneli, can you tell us item number 9?
It's computer, and it was invented in 1832.
You are right, and the first computer was really big, 1 computer and 1 room. Can you imagine that? And the last thing in the list, Janne, do you know it?
No, I don't have it.
Okay, so let's have a look who can help us. Maybe you can write about it into the chat. So what was the last thing in the list? Is writing that it was the web. So the internet, of course, yeah. Do you know the year by accident as well? Do you know that the internet was created? Oh, websites, no, okay. Anyone who can help? You know that also okay, Anna said 1989. Yes, Anna, you're right again. Julie is also writing, and yeah, nice. You are all right. Do you happen to know also who made the internet? Where did it all start? It wasn't said in the video, in my opinion. Maybe you know some kind of rumors, or you have read about it, or who created the early internet? No. Okay, what about others? Okay, Marga is nodding the head. Marga is showing me her notes, but they are quite blurry.
I heard a theory that trees are communicating with each other, just like web, just like internet for us. And I think it's very interesting, but I don't think it's the true. But in this video, I mean, it's not true in the meaning that someone invented web after the trees. But in this video, this guy said that a telephone was one like base to create the internet later.
Yeah, because the telephone was also using wires and the signals and electrical signals. They need to be like sent out and also accepted from another part. Maybe yes, this is still more like true. Yeah, I have also heard like 2 versions. So the one of them is that it was created by USA soldiers because they wanted to communicate with each other without like leaking the information out. So the others still didn't have that kind of communication way. Also, I have heard it that it started in United States, and it was started by some students at university. So anyway, so my story starts from the USA. Yeah.
I like the tree roots thing also.
Yeah, yes, nice. So thank you for that. You all succeeded well, and I guess that you are tired of sitting and you need to move a bit. Please stand up. Yeah, stand up in front of your computer. Yeah, if you can, please do it together with us. Bring something blue and show it to me via your camera. Nice cup and a pen and a book and a coat or a jacket. Yes. Mario, what's that? It's candle, maybe. No?
It's sugar.
Sugar, aha. The jar of sugar. The mask. Okay, good one. Elisa has some kind of origami from paper flower. Really nice. Bring something soft. Pillow. A napkin, maybe, Gülli. It's napkin, yes. Wow, a mitten. Red mitten. Bring something sweet or salty. Kind of cookies. Cookies. Oh, rolls, Maria, nice. Aha, also some kind of cookies too. Oh, pickles. Thank you very much. And now you may sit down again. I hope you enjoyed our little break. And now we can continue with our lesson. We are going back to the Padlet wall that you were using today already. Please write under your column your top 5 of inventions or discoveries that have changed the world. It doesn't have to be like this, that number one is the most important and so on. Just think of 5 things that in your opinion have changed the world a lot and write them down on the Padlet wall under your name. I'll give you 5 minutes. And I'm sharing the link also again in case if you need.
Sorry, was it supposed to be from that list?
Yeah, list of 5 things that have changed the world. Invention or discovery. Yeah.
I meant from this list.
No, it's from your own head.
Okay.
Yeah, it's your own list. Good question. Make your own list of inventions. And let's agree that you're going to write down 5 things in your list. Yeah.
But can they also be from that list if they're like same?
Yeah, if you feel so. Okay. Try also think why you have these things in your list. Later I'm going to ask. You don't have to write it down, but I will ask later. So I think that the time is up, and let's start to look at your list. And I would like to also know, why do you have these things in your list?
The first thing on my list is a plane, and because you can fly. And I have a car because you can you don't have to fly, you can travel on your own. And battery, because it's cool that they put electricity in such a small thing, and you can use it anywhere. Smartphone, because it's like a little computer you can have with you, and you can also call with it and everything. And time, because you have to know time.
Okay, about plane and car, I guess they made traveling much easier, quicker, and more comfortable. And the battery, yeah, it's great that we can have electricity or power in such a small container. It's also unbelievable. So the phone for communication, I guess, and the time. I guess that the time existed even before the clock was invented. But also nowadays it is very, very important to be at time everywhere, every day. So yeah, that we have the watches. Kelly, please comment your list.
The first thing is telephone, because it made easier to communicate. Then it's the internet, because I think it's good for getting information and sharing the news, and also for communicating. The third one are cars. It made life so much more comfortable, and traveling is easier. Then the fire, it gives us warmth, and the electricity is good for cooking, for example.
Yeah, if we have a fire, I guess then we don't need electricity so much, and if we have electricity, we don't need fire so much. But at the same time, they are the things that we use almost every day, and we can't imagine our life without them anymore. So if one disappears, we are saying that it's a state of emergency, and we are quite worried how we can survive and how we can do our everyday things. So thank you, Kelly, for your list. Now your list, I'm going to read it out for you. Yeah. So you have here a computer with the internet connection. So of course we had computers like before, but with internet connection, it's much more than just a type machine. Coffee. So I can only imagine why you have it here. I can comment it with my thoughts, and later I will also read what have you written into the chat room. Yeah. So a lot of people nowadays, they love to drink coffee more maybe than tea, and some say that tea is more important than coffee. So to give us energy, to keep us awake, just something that you can enjoy and you can get a good mood of it and so on. So paper. So you already saw that today we were also using a paper. So even if we had this so-called online lesson, of course we could have been writing the video task answers also on the Padlet wall, but I just wanted to give you a rest. Telephone for communication, of course, as it is said before many times already, but at the same time, the telephone is not telephone anymore. So we are using it for different tasks nowadays. And camera for making the memories, for making the pictures. And let's see, what have you written for us into the chat as well? Computer and internet, because it opens the whole world to us. That's true. So at the time when we can't travel, maybe. Coffee, caffeine is power. Yeah, as I said, it gives us power, energy. So paper to draw and write your thoughts. Aha, not only writing, but also drawing. Yes, thank you for saying that. Telephone for communication, as I said, and camera to capture moments in the picture, as I said, to make memories. Yeah. Okay, and also to save memories, maybe. Elisa, your time to comment your list, please do it.
So it wasn't. It is not in order. So
yeah, it doesn't matter.
Yeah, electronics. I thought that was clever, and all those cars and
I think that we can say that nowadays we have a lot of electronic devices, and even if you are a cleaner, you have to know something about how computers are working, and all these cleaning machines, they are quite working quite automatically nowadays. So yes, you're right.
Pen and pencils. I also thought about the drawing and the art part. Also writing, music and dancing. It's just something cultural. I don't know. It's just good for the soul. Houses, living space. It's good. So the family or as a person, I can be separated from others. Food and cooking. Nowadays we have so delicious things, and yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, so we are not only eating for to survive. Yeah, we are also enjoying different dishes, different cuisines, and yeah, house is giving us shelter, so we don't have to be outside and standing in the rain if it is raining, and so on. Yeah, I agree with you. So Janne, please comment your list as well.
Chocolate, it gives energy. Coffee wakes up in the morning and gives energy. Ship, you can travel and transport different things. Car, you can drive a car when you want and where you want. Electricity is necessary for everything today.
You had two new things in your list that haven't been mentioned before in today's lesson, chocolate and the ship. Yeah, and the reasons were also quite good. So thank you. Marge, your list?
In my list are machines, all machines that making our work easier, with which ones we can travel, all. The second is compass. Without that, doesn't work in traveling. Or even our phones, they use compass, everything. Electricity, the same reason that everything works with electricity. When you take this away, everything stops. Medicines, because we have so many more opportunities to cure or almost all diseases, and makes our lives much longer and much more enjoyable, I think. And the internet, because we are so used to be in contact. Wherever we are, whatever we do, we can share, we can We can all our things. So many things today using internet. We can use internet for everything. Even in our home, some fridges are connected with the internet and everything.
Yes, that's true. So the internet is just for entertainment, but you can also, or you need it also for making your work, for sending the documents, for communication, for watching movies and whatever, yeah. And also we can say that a compass, it is like the precursor of nowadays GPS that our devices are using a lot. Even our smart wrist watches on our hands. Thank you. Anneli, your list.
Number 1 is phones. It's fast communication way. Number 2 is renewable energy. Example, solar panels, wind turbines. It's a way to have electricity without harming the environment. Number 3 is electricity. It gives us lights in houses and homes and tools to work with. Number 4 is internet. It keeps people more connected. And number 5 is medicines. It's a way to cure people.
Mm-hmm. So it was good to hear that you are also thinking about our environment. Iris, please comment your list.
So I have here telephone and internet for connecting with other people, and then wheels and cars for going from one place to another place, and printing press. That way we have books today, and we can learn, and also electricity, so that we can do things at night also. We have a light, and we can use all the electronical devices.
That your boss can say you, no matter what, you have to be ready for the deadline, and you can even work at night because you have electricity. Okay, that's also a nice thought that we can work or move or do something in a dark time as well. Okay, thank you. Anna, your list, please.
I would fire first. I think it's the thing that brought us out of the cave. Yeah.
Caves, yeah, cave.
Yeah. And it's nice and relaxing also nowadays. And second is printing press. I think it's important because without printing press, we wouldn't be here today. We couldn't have education and couldn't read books and so, and that leads to free education, which also is in my list, and I think it's important. And there's electricity. Electricity makes our lives so much easier, and we don't have to, we don't have to do so hard work anymore thanks to electricity. And last in my list is compass. It's like basis of traveling, in my opinion.
Yes, fire is actually quite nice at winter time, and also Estonians love their bonfires on the midsummer days. So thank you. And the last top, Maria, please.
Top 5. First is fire. It gave warm and let people cook on it in the old days. Electricity. Almost everything works on electricity nowadays. Then telephone, it lets people to communicate and connects all world together. Penicillium, it cured people, and a lot of medicines are made from penicillium. And computer, it makes our work easier.
Yes, that's true, that thanks to fire, we don't have to eat only raw food anymore. Raw meat, for example. Thank you very much. And now the lesson is going to end soon. We have only one more task to do. And for that, I'm asking you to take out your mobile phones. And we are going to play Kahoot about the inventors and inventions. You can use the application Kahoot, or you can go to the webpage kahoot.it, and I'm sharing with you the pin of the game. So please join the game. Pin is 9592068. I hope you can see my screen. Yeah, is already here in the game. Liisa and Külli game also. Maarja, Iiris, Kelluke, Anneli, Anne. Are you all in, or do we have to wait for someone? Janne, Vivian. 8 questions, and the first one. In which decade did television become widely available around the world? Was it 1950s, 60s, 90s, or 40s? Yes, television became widely available in the world in 1950s. In Estonia, one supermarket that is in Tallinn, Tallinna Kaubamaja, started in the same year, but our national television started 5 years later. So the quickest and the right answer was Janne having. And now the next question. Which of these inventors registered nearly 1,100 patents? Was it Graham Bell, Leonardo da Vinci, Leonardo DiCaprio, or Thomas Alva Edison? It was Edison, yeah. Graham Bell was also an inventor, but he had less patents. Leonardo da Vinci, you know him as a painter, but he was also a scientist, and he was very interested in all kind of flying things. And Leonardo DiCaprio, you probably know that he is an actor. On the leaderboard, and the next question. Which group invented and developed the early internet? Was it the Soviet Union, the European Union, the USA government, or the United Nations? Yeah, we said about it as well in our lesson. So the Soviet Union was before it, actually. The European Union is dealing with something else as also, and for that time, then the Union was created, was the internet already in existence, and the United Nations also deals with other things. What did Daniel Gabriel Fahrenheit invent? Was it a hydrometer, thermometer, or barometer, or air conditioner? Yes, you know that we are using Celsius here, but there is also Kelvin and Fahrenheit for measuring the degrees. Do we have inventors among Estonians? Now we can see how positive people you are. Do you think it's true or no, or not? Yes, we have inventors among Estonians. They have invented or created the Skype and ME free diary products, and also they have made Estonian piano and many other things. What is the name of the book where Gadget Will exists? Is it Leiutajate küla Lotte, Lotte reis lõunamaale, or Lotte ja Kuukivi saladus? The question is about Gadget Will. Do you know what is gadget? Yeah, it was a tricky question. Gadget Will, it means Leiutajate küla, and Lotte is the famous children's book character who is living in Gadgetville, and all her adventures are taking place in that village, or they are starting from there, or they are ending there. So all the answers were correct, actually. Who invented penicillin? Was it Apple, IBM, Microsoft, or Alexander Fleming? I'm glad that you remember it from our today's lesson. It was Alexander Fleming. It wasn't some random computer company. And the next question. Which one is not invented by Estonian or Estonians? Is it Skype, ME3 diary product, Byte the symbols, or sewing machine? Is not invented by Estonian. I already told you some minutes ago about it, so sewing machine is not invented by Estonian for sure. And now the winner and the places of the podium. The third place belongs to Külli, the second to Maarja, and the first belongs to Anne, of course. Yes, congratulations to the winners. So this is the end of our lesson. I hope you enjoyed it and you got a lot of new information about inventors and inventions here in Estonia and more in the world. So thank you for coming.